Hello everyone, Rabbitearsblog here, and I am about to do a movie review on the 2010 film Marmaduke. Now here's some facts about Marmaduke. It was based off Brad Anderson's 1950s comic strip starring the lovable Great Dane and was an inspiration to Hanna-Barbera's most popular character, Scooby-Doo. Now on to what this movie is all about. Basically, this movie is about Marmaduke, voiced by Owen Wilson, and his family moving into a new neighborhood in the OC, or formerly known as California, as Marmaduke's owner Phil has a new job in California. The rest of the film basically deals with the family trying to fit in their new home, while Marmaduke tries to become the most popular dog in the dog park, or become known as the alpha dog, while meeting up with two female dogs he has love interest in who are Daisy and Jezebel, voiced by Fergie. Now, before I get into what I liked and hated about this film, I would like to relate my own experience with the Marmaduke franchise that was started up before this film was even thought of. To be honest, I never really read the original Marmaduke comics, so if you would ask me if this film was true to the comics, my answer would be, I don't know, because I haven't read the comics, so I can't really say how true to the comics this film really is. I only found out about the Marmaduke franchise when I was small because I used to watch this short-lived cartoon series called Heathcliff and Marmaduke, which I only saw very few episodes of the show, but it was still enough to help me notice the Marmaduke franchise early on. So anyway, here's what I did like about this film. I will admit that Owen Wilson's voiceover of Marmaduke was hilarious, as Marmaduke is always making random jokes throughout the movie, and I love the fact that Marmaduke is practically breaking the fourth wall as he talks to the audience, which is something I love to see in many movies or shows. I also love seeing this movie being told from a dog's point of view, although we have seen many movies play this out before. Now let me tell you about what I didn't like about this film, and boy, there's quite a list to go through. I did not care for the plot of the movie so much because, think about it. I mean, how many movies have we seen that has talking animals and talks about the trials of going through high school? That's way too many to count. And this movie just basically meshed the world's two most used up subjects in any movie or show, high school and talking animals, to create a high school movie for dogs. The plot just became so predictable throughout the film that you would just know what's going to happen next before the characters even say anything. Personally, I love having a shock value to the movies I watch, but you're definitely not going to get that shock value with a plot that has been used over and over again in all kinds of movies. Also, another problem I had with this movie is that the humor tended to be too juvenile. But that was expected since this movie is aimed at kids, and because of the juvenile humor, I don't think that adults like myself will really enjoy this movie that much. I mean, sure, little kids will enjoy this movie more because there are talking animals in this film, and that's enough to grab any child's attention. But adults, well, let's just say I haven't seen any kind of movie that has talking animals for adults. Now, there might be such movies with talking animals that ain't adults, possibly Watership Down, but that's just what I'm thinking. Now, what am I forgetting? Oh yeah, College to Cat. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed George Lopez's acting, but I guess when I first looked at the cover of this movie, I was thinking that Heathcliff was going to be in this movie, except later on I realized that Heathcliff was orange, and what I saw here was a white and gray cat. Duh! And to be honest, I was a little disappointed about that. I know this has nothing to do with Marmaduke whatsoever, but based on me watching the Heathcliff and Marmaduke cartoon when I was little, well, now that I think about it, that might have done this movie justice. Just saying. As for the CGI mouth animations on the animals, personally I could care less about that issue, since it would be hard for me to notice the CGI in a live action film, unless the title character or some other characters are fully CGI, then I would have noticed. But since this is a live action movie, I rarely even notice how good or bad the CGI animations for the mouth movements are for the characters. Marmaduke is rated PG for some rude humor and language, which I can see where the rude humor portion of the film stems from Marmaduke farting a couple of times in the movie, although I'm still trying to figure out the language portion of this film. Overall, I give Marmaduke a 4.5 out of 10, because if it wasn't for all the too predictable plot, then I probably would have enjoyed this movie even more. It is a slightly decent film for kids, but it's definitely a movie I wouldn't want to watch over and over again anytime soon. Well, that's my review of Marmaduke, and I got more movie reviews coming on the way, so stay tuned, and I'll see you later.